Hi, Aries. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to your January 2026 already single psychic prediction. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides what's next in love, what's coming your way. I have some charms. I have some clues. I have some initials. So let's see what spirit has for you. Let's see what the cards are saying. Sun, moon, rising in Venus. Cross watchers are welcome in any reading always. This is for my singles. Let's see what's coming your way, what spirit wants you to know, what energies around you. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What do you want me to hear? What does we need to hear today? I'm listening for you now. I have differences. The flames were extinguished. Yeah, I mean, people change, it's just a sense of I outgrew somebody, or the flame, just went out. I have maturity. I want somebody that's more mature. Maybe somebody just was into the fun stuff. They just wanted the new beginning. They just wanted the, the passion. They didn't want the actual work of a relationship. I have rejection. I've been rejected one too many times. And I feel like this maturity has a lot to do with it, that I keep picking either people that don't want a relationship, or they say one thing and do another. So maybe we need to be much more aware of some of the actions or some other signs, things like that. I have chemistry. I have no doubt in my mind you're attracting people. Maybe you're attracting a lot of people, but then it sizzles out and you're like, I'm not having a hard time attracting people. I'm having a hard time keeping somebody that's mature. And I think maturity goes a long way in a relationship. The person who wants to show up, do the work. They don't run when it gets hard. They can get through conflicts. They can have a conversation that's heated and not say, we're done. So I have no doubt. I'm going to say you attract. I have a soul connection at the bottom of my deck. I'm going to say you attract a lot of people. I feel like, not that you're with all of them, but I think a lot of people are attracted to you. And that's not the problem. The problem is I'm having a hard time finding somebody who wants to be in a really committed relationship. Here's a commitment and a soul connection. So then that's what you ask spirit for. If this is something that you want, and you're not just looking for a fling, you're not just looking for that quick chemistry, you're not looking for casual or friends with benefits or anything like that, then you keep asking spirit for this. This is what I need, spirit. Put somebody in front of me who this is what they want also. And I know that sounds, it's harder than what we're saying, but you just have to keep saying it over and over again to yourself. But when you are very attractive and you have this kind of personality or looks, and there's a lot of people attracted to you, I get it. That they're hitting on you. They ask you out, they're flirting with you, they want your number. There's a lot of people out there that have a lot of people that are put in front of them, but they're the wrong ones. And they're the wrong type of energy. They're just looking for something quick. So you've got to really protect yourself. You've got to really put some boundaries around you, especially if you are very attractive or you have this beautiful radiance about you that a lot of people like. So I think that's what's happening. I do. I have a Page of Swords. I have a Hierophant. I have a Five of Pentacles. And I have an Eight of Cups. Yeah, they're saying that I just need to be with the right one. There's a sense of when it gets hard, they walk away. There's a sense of, I want something elevated. I want something that's ascended. Spiritually, I want a deeper commitment. I do want a soulmate. They're saying, ask the right questions, be curious, ask the questions up front, be much more demanding for the answers. And if they're not giving you answers, then walk away. You know, the person who says, oh, I don't like to talk about my past. Well, guess what? You're going to find out something about their past that you don't want to know. They're still married to somebody else, but they never got a divorce. So you definitely have to take charge, is how I feel. So maybe they're putting more pressure on you. I have a 2 of Pentacles. I have a 6 of Swords. I have a King of Swords. And I have a 9 of Pentacles. I think they're putting a lot more pressure on you than you normally put pressure on yourself. It's make a choice to be not afraid to walk away. Ask those questions, okay? Because I feel like the chemistry can be there with a lot of different people because you're very attractive. So I feel that they're saying, make a decision up front. And if it's not the right person, walk away. Because you only need one, they're saying. You attract a lot of people. And you only need this one. You know, it's kind of the right one comes along at the right time. The person I've been waiting for, that one person that stands out, that you pick the right one this time, they're saying. So that's exactly what's going on. I do feel like you have a good head on your shoulders with this King of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. So I do feel like it's not a sense of insecurity and I'm trying to be with just anybody. I think that you genuinely, a lot of people are interested in you and it's easy. You know, for some of you, I feel like you probably say to yourself, there's a million fish in the sea, you know, but I can't find the right one. I have a Knight of Wands. Oh, I like that. I have an 8 of Pentacles. I have a Magician. And I have a High Priestess. I feel like your aura and your presence is what is the hook. That I think male or female are attracted to you. Non-romantic or people in, you know, the grocery store at the line, in the line. I feel that it's your presence. You know, it's that person who glows. It's that person that you can't even put your finger on it, that you go, what is it about that person? They're just really kind of interesting and special. And I can't take my eyes off of them for some reason. You know, I mean, is it an earth angel? You know, earth angels have that effect on people. You could be an earth angel and you don't even realize it because earth angels have this kind of magnetism. And sometimes you're not even aware of it. And a magnetic earth angel, that's what you are. Has anybody ever told you that? Maybe that's something you know about yourself. And this person is going to attract you either way. Bottom of the deck, I have a 3 of Pentacles. I'm going to say working together. There's a little bit of a working together energy. And not necessarily that you work in the same location, but maybe we're really a good team, or we realize that we have the same common goal. Like we want to build a custom house together and we would, you know, just playing this out. One of us is really talented with picking out things. The other one's really talented with like working with their hands and doing a lot of the work themselves, you know, so we'd make a good team. So that feels that there's something going on with that. Let's see what else they want you to know about this connection. It's all you need is one. All you need is the right one. So keep that in mind. Keep talking to people. Keep attracting. There's nothing wrong with attracting people. You're going to attract them whether you want to or not. Shift the way to new potential. Keep your eyes open. There's also this feeling of, it's like turning on a switch sometimes, that you decide that you're ready. And instead of like keeping your head down, you know, walking around, you lift your head and all of a sudden you see things that you never saw before. So there's a little bit of a shift in your energy that you've decided that you are ready to move on to something new. Limitations inspire innovations. I feel like you're able to push yourself. This is a sense of stepping out of your boundaries, pushing yourself, trying something new. They're saying challenging yourself. I'm just going to say in the year ahead, in this area of your life, that I'm going to do more in this area of my life. I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and, maybe go to different places or date a different type of person than I normally date. Manifesting and doing. So I've been manifesting this kind of connection. And when somebody that I feel like is halfway decent, maybe I'm going to say yes, instead of saying, looking at them just from face value and saying, oh, I could never be with you. You don't know that if you've never even given them a chance or gone on a date. So, unless you're really not attracted to them. But yeah, you got to do it, right? What's your honest truth? That's a good question for you right now. What is it that you want? Okay. There's a lot of people that want you, is what I feel. So you have to really be smart with those boundaries. You have to be really, really smart with saying no to the wrong person and kind of moving on so that they're not wasting your time or tying up your energy, is how I feel. Let's get some initials. Let's see what maybe you have somebody in mind. Maybe there's one person that has crossed your path that you're saying, should I give this person a chance? Is this somebody worth it? Okay, so here are some dice, and let's get some initials. First initials, last initials. If you're manifesting with me, they're just a handful of clues today. I have the letter Y, V, L, E. I have a D. The letter K. I have another V, H, the letter L. The D, the letter P. I have an F. U, I have an N, and I have a G. Okay, so some of you, those make sense, and others of you, they're just maybe somebody coming into the universe with those initials. Sometimes you get to spell a whole name. That's always fun. All right, Spirit, tell me more about this connection. What is it really you're trying to say? We only need one, is the energy. That you're this magnetic earth angel and you can't help yourself, okay? You can't help it that everybody, is talking to you or flirting with you, but they're not the right one. Spirit, talk to me about the right one. I have a high priestess. Yeah, you're it's a natural glow. It's a natural essence. It's your aura. That's really what's going on, and you don't even know it. I have a Queen of Pentacles. I have a Four of Pentacles. I have a Seven of Swords. Yeah, you definitely hold back because you've had too many people that were like the wrong people. And you've learned from your mistakes, Spirit's saying. So you're high value, high intuition, arms wide open, Spirit, I'm ready to receive. So that tells me a change is coming also, a new phase that there's, even if it's not here yet, think of it as the world is always evolving, right? The sun always comes up, the sun goes down, so it is a sense of things are always in motion, even when we think that we're not in motion. And that's where the strength comes in and says, you know what, today's a new day, tomorrow's a new day. I'm just going to keep moving forward. I do. I'm just moving forward. I'm not thinking about anything or anyone, is how I feel like. I feel like I need to clear your head 100%. I don't even want to wonder what that person is thinking. I don't even want to wonder whatever happened to that person anymore. So I'm clearing my mind. Yeah, I'm definitely moving ahead. So Three of Swords. I have to clear my mind to receive this person. They're saying a change in direction. I have a Temperance. So again, this person could be connected to something that you don't normally do. Okay, literally, I, I, I don't know if anybody walks to work anymore, but just say you park your car somewhere and you normally go a certain route. Maybe I take a different route, and maybe I stop at a normal coffee shop. I'm not going to stop at that one. I'm going to stop at a different one. It's this kind of like moving in a different direction. Pentacles, Temperance. I have a Queen of Wands and a Four of Wands and an Eight of Wands at the bottom of my deck. Even if you feel like you're not moving, that is part of this message. You are in motion. The universe is in motion around you, even when you feel like whoever this is going to want a commitment with you. Okay, they're going to see your beauty. They just said. They're going to see how attractive you are. They're going to see this kind of earth angel energy. But I'm asking Spirit, are you going to have a problem with somebody who's like jealous all the time? And they're saying, no, this person's confident enough that you're with them. They love you. It's a person who's like, I'm proud of you to be on my arm, something like that. But it's they do want a commitment with you. And I feel like the universe is in motion, is how I want to say it. So if it's not here, I'm not going to worry about it just for today, because I do feel like the universe is working for you. But I also feel like a lot of your messages is a reminder that you are always in control of making that choice right from the beginning. Like, this is going to work or it's not going to work, because maybe you over other people have more opportunities to meet new people. So some people struggle with that. I never meet anybody. I never meet anybody decent to even decide whether I want to be with them. But I don't know if that's the case for a lot of you listening to this reading particularly. All right, let's get some charms. Let's see if we can get some evidence with the charms. Let's see what the charms are saying. I've got some numbers first. So I'm going to roll the number dice first, because these could have meaning for you as well. The number 5 could be May. I have 7, July. These could be like birthday months. I have January 1. I have 20, and I have 16. And then I have this beautiful kind of wintry bowl. And this one has some little tarot people tiles, I guess. And let's do a couple more. I want that big one. I want to see what that says. Let's do the tarot cutouts first. These are all major arcana cards, so they're going to be pretty beefy. Okay. So I have a magician. Can you see that? My magician person. Okay, so I have a magician. I have a justice card. I have a devil. I have a justice card. No, that's my justice. So this is my emperor. And then I have a lover's card. Okay. So I'm going to put the magician and the emperor together for a minute, because I feel like this person's going to have a lot to offer, because there's a lot of people that you could be with. But they're offering you commitment. And I think that that's the most important, that this person sees a future and that soulmate energy with the lover's card, but they're offering you commitment. In the center is this devil. And I feel like that is that's the problem. I keep getting like attacked by people who I shouldn't be with. It's the people who are the cheaters and the liars and the people who only want one thing and the users. And they're saying you have to distinguish between the two. That is your job. So you have to be a lot wiser in the beginning. And I know that's hard, because people are liars and they look right you in the face and they say things. So you have to kind of have that, guard up and just, you know, be a very intuitive and try to read these people very well. I have a sofa and it's a little love seat, which is interesting. So it's like a little two-seater. So I do feel cozy with you. I feel like we like to sit together. We like to be close. If we have a choice of sitting in the same room, we prefer to sit as close as we can instead of one way over there and one way over here. So there's a sense of intimacy. You know, there's a sense of sitting close, holding hands, something like that. This is coming into me as a woven basket, but it feels like it's handmade for some reason. It almost feels like a shaker basket would be handmade, or a Native American basket. Maybe it's a gift. Maybe it's something I appreciate. Maybe it's something that I appreciate handmade items. I appreciate antiques, something like that. But I have a aesthetic for something that is handcrafted by like real craftsmen. So that could just be something that you love and you have an eye for it. So that feels nice. I have a moon. Okay. So half moon, a crescent moon. They're saying halfway there. So maybe our energy is very close to receiving this. I have a Santa. It's not coming into me as Santa, but it is coming into me as facial hair, as Santa's beard. So if it's a divine masculine, this person has some kind of facial hair. Okay, so we could have a goatee, we could have, very tailored facial hair, which a lot of divine masculine have right now. I have love, dream, hope, and trust. They're sharing with me a circle of hope, like a circle of love, a circle of hope. That feels really good, doesn't it? It feels, they're saying union, a circle of union, connected, like we will be connected. There won't be there's no seams, there's no parting, we're continuous. Once we find this person, I feel like it would be really hard to pull us apart. I do. I have a beautiful palm tree. So I like beaches. I'm going to say I like beaches and sun. If I had to choice between travel, I want to sit on a sandy beach. I want to lay out in the sun. I like that. What is this little guy? This is a little heart, a key to my heart. I have a star. Okay, we'll put these together, almost like the key in my heart. I kind of hope for this. I have a queen. Okay. The invisible crown. You're my queen. Somebody who really puts you on a pedestal, really is excited to be with you, thinks you're beautiful, something like that. I have a sailboat. What is this little guy? I don't know what that is. I gotta get my little, the sailboat. Ocean. I think I'm attracted to the ocean. This is like little leaves growing, almost like a seedling, something that's going to grow. And I have a sewing machine. Now, I did like making the baskets. It could be as simple as I appreciate people who can sew things and sew things really well. But it was more of a sewing our lives together. It was like stitching our lives together, that once I stitch it together, it'll be really hard to undo it. You have to need a thread seamer or whatever those are. But it feels like stitching my life together. It could have reference to somebody in the spirit world that every time I see a sewing machine, it reminds me of my grandmother. She sewed everything. She sewed our clothes, our pajamas. She made curtains. She made tablecloths. All kinds of things. So every time I see a sewing machine, I don't care where I am, I immediately think of my grandmother. So it could be something from the spirit world as well. I like the crown. I like the crown. I also like the circle. How do I say, a circle of love is really circle of love and hope, I guess, is what I want to say. So those are your charms. So those feel really good. And then we have to beware of that devil. For whatever reason, you could be getting, psychically attacked more than most. And it's coming in through people that are very tempting, or it's coming in from people who don't have the best of intentions for whatever reason. So that's where you've got to say, no, I'm stronger than you are, and I'm not going to allow this in my life. Spirit, can I have an angel number to wrap up this reading? You ask somebody who's very, very attractive, it must be easy. It's not easy. Sometimes it's harder because they attract the wrong people. So they're sharing with you, you attract a lot of people, but you only need one, the right one. And that's what they're trying to bring you. Let's get an angel number. I have 777. I am in the flow. Your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. A state of peace and calmness is in your soul. Yeah, you're some kind of magnetic earth angel. Is how I feel. And I feel like your aura, it's almost like, I want what you have. I like your peace. I like your energy. I want what you have. How did you get that? So they're trying to, grab that in some way. But you're special and unique, and somebody's going to pick up on it. They're picking up on it already. So let's put this out into the universe. Really, really neat. I like how much energy they shared about you. It wasn't about the other side as much in this reading today. It was about learning more about your energy. So I do like that. I appreciate that, Spirit. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. I want to thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Thank you always for your kind words. I appreciate all of them in the comments. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please go to my website, KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com, and check out my other two channels. I'll put the links in the description below. In the meantime, have a great January. I'll be seeing you throughout January on the channel, but have a great start of the new year. We'll see you soon.